I'll count down. Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
That's a reception.
Yeah. So I'm Paulmall. Oh, that's fine. And this is Chef Toad. This is Croc Legend of the Gobbos for PC. You may have already noticed that I can fly.
Absolutely intended.
That's not intended at all. It's actually a 3-frame trick to get it, and depending on which frame of those 3 you get, will decide how long you stay in the air for. With the longest length being a single frame, so many of the jumps I need to do are frame perfect to make it all the way across the gap. Also, I'm running this on a mod of the game that makes it work on modern PCs because we just couldn't get the actual game to work. I tried to install it, just wouldn't do it.
Realistically, there's not too many changes with the mod. It's only a couple of, visual things, audio things you'll find out later.
It looks a lot nicer, the shadows and stuff. There's one level that's really dark when it's not meant to be dark, and there's another level that's meant to be dark that isn't dark, just because of the way they changed it for this fan-made mod. So this is the first boss. The bosses in this game are really easy, and because I said that, I'm going to stuff them up. They all follow the same format of just you hit them 3 times, and that's it. So you just got to run away from this guy. I can't remember how many steps he takes. And the reason why I'm usually in the air a lot is because in this game it's faster to be in the air than on the ground. Yeah, this is the first long hover of the game, so hopefully I get it. I didn't get it. I was a frame late. Oh, dropped my input.
One thing you'll notice a lot about these Croc games is that there's a lot of minor issues like dropped inputs, invisible walls.
Falling through the floor.
Falling through the floor.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So hopefully we don't get too many of those throughout these runs, but
yeah. Hopefully the game doesn't crash as well.
Yeah, we did have the game crash during practice once.
Yeah. Still underestimate though. I had to go and Google a password to get back up. Yeah, I'm also moving diagonal because it's faster. These platforms here, I go to the side of them because Croc's movement is relative to the floor beneath him, not relative to, like, the world. So standing on them actually drags you backwards. Even when in the air, they drag you backwards. Missed it. Oh, yeah. There's a really... when I tail attack, that's how I start the hover, but you can also start a hover with a 180 turn, but I'm really bad at it because there's only one spot in the run where you do it, which is right there. So I do like 300 hovers in the entire run, one way, and then one a different way. So I suck at it. Alright, so this is like a lady beetle. You just gotta like have him punch you, and then you just attack him and smash him. I'm trying to keep him in the middle of the room, because if he gets too close to the edges, he won't do his attacks and he'll turn around instead. Alright, that was good. Also on this mod, we have to watch the start of every cutscene, which is annoying. Normally on the base game, you can do the minimal installation when you install the game, so it doesn't install the cutscenes and they just don't do anything, so it's faster. But this mod has them, so I have to watch them, like the start of them, and all the load times are slightly longer for some reason. So just completely skip this room by just doing that. And gongs don't work half the time. You can be right next to it and tail attack and it just doesn't do anything. If you jump the frame that the level loads, you can get up onto that thing. But because the load times are different, I missed it. Just skipping all the actual intended stuff by just hovering over it. And every level has one of these crystal doors, which is just to the left of me here. We do those in 100%, but they're completely ignored in 80%. Here's a long hover. There we go, got it. That saves like, I think 3 seconds or so to do this level backwards, because it's a loop, and you just need this key. So let me just go back. Just for safety, I'll get the button this time. So I meant to use that key for a door that I just passed, and in there get another key that I use for this thing here, but it's actually faster to just drop down to here. You meant to do tons of stuff to make a platform appear for that, but you can just do that. This is a really hard long hover here. Hopefully I get it. Missed it. I was a frame late for that. That was a frame early. So just then I got a mid hover, the frame beforehand, and I didn't make the length. I think that was it, yeah, there we go. This boss is stupidly easy. You just like stand in front of him. He goes up and you just attack him when he lands on you. I've never died on this boss before.
Don't say that.
Can't wait to die. There we go. So pretty much all the bosses in this game are really, really easy for no reason. Get a crystal here as a safety crystal, and also if I get to the end of the level without losing that safety crystal, I can go for a skip. That involves damage boosting, so I need it. This game works like Sonic rings with crystals. If you get hit with nothing, you die. If you get hit with some crystals, you lose them all, but you survive. And you can get them back again. So let's hopefully get this. Nice. That saves like 10 seconds. There's these little Gobbo dudes. In 100%, every level has 6 of them, and you're meant to collect all 6, which unlocks the later game content, all the bonus levels and stuff. But we're going to completely ignore all of them, except for the few that are really in our way. This is a hard skip. Alright, there we go. So there you have to jump on that ledge in such a way that you're past parallel with it, going away from it, and also moving forwards. and then move in air to grab the ledge at the right angle, because ledges don't work in this game. They suck. Hello, thank you. You can long hover in this level to get to that, but I usually don't go for it because it's hard. But, oops. Okay. I have 0 lives now, so I'm probably gonna die in this room because ledges right here don't work. Okay, I got it. Nice. Hopefully we don't die. Nice. So like a lot of gaps like that, it's a long hover to get across, but with a mid hover you can get it and then damage boost at the end. Just like that again. But in the later game, there's like no like liquid hazards on the ground. There's just holes that you fall in, so you can't do that. This level's really dark for no reason. And there's a really hard long hover in it, but it's super worth it. Okay, I think I got it. Nice. So you just turn around, and then these things will hit you, but you get the crystal back regardless, even if you get hit. So this boss, you manipulate him into a certain spot, so it's really easy to kill him. He splits, and then you can stand here and kill both of these guys at the same time. Oh. Kill them, and kill them. Because I have 0 lives, I'm gonna kill myself here, and I'll get a continue, and I have 2 lives now. It's really bad to do that on PS1. This game's also on PS1 because the load times are huge on PS1. So yeah, we have split leaderboards between PS1 and PC. There's also a Sega Saturn version of this game that no one's run. So if you want a free world record, just get that from somewhere and play it. Oh, almost died.
Safe.
Yeah. They made a really bad level design flaw in these desert levels where you can just jump on the edges of all of the pits and just go around all of the obstacles. So you can totally get across gaps like these that you're not meant to and just jump on it.
It really looks like they were meant to fill up the water to that point.
Yeah. Oh, almost died. Just gonna get that safety crystal. Oh, almost made it. I walked off without jumping by accident. There we go. And now we get to do swimming. And water levels suck in this game. They are complete garbage, and they're terrible. And there's a boss coming up later in underwater, and it sucks. Also, you can just grab this Gobbo through the cage, because collision. You're meant to go get a key from like far away and do all this long stuff. So that's nice and 100%. In the actual game, you're not meant to be able to see in these rooms, and those jars make it lit up so you can see, but the lighting doesn't work in the mod, so. Also, there's a number of lights in this game that on the base game, they're not there, but when they transfer this engine over, transfer the game over to a new engine, all those lights worked because the original engine just couldn't render them. So lots of things just light up for no reason. Also, in that room, I intentionally got hurt so that way when I get this key, I can death abuse instantly instead of having to do a second bounce on it from losing a crystal. So I just need this key, which is blue for some reason. So that light isn't there on the normal game. These platforms just do not work. They don't work at all. Nice. Okay, I have 1 life. This should be fine. Coming up, this is the worst level in the game. It's an underwater boss. It sucks. I have 1 life, so I'm not going to get any safety crystals and just hope it doesn't mess me up. You can squeeze through this gap right here instead of waiting for the cycle. Alright, let's hope this thing doesn't screw me over. His hitbox is like so inconsistent. Okay, now we go down and hopefully he doesn't hit me with his tail. Nice, okay, good. I only have 1 life here, but this should be fine. You meant to go open that cage to make a platform spawn, but we don't need that. Oh, really? I'm gonna kill myself because I need that life. It's just a small time loss. See, normally with that ledge, you can get a mid-hover and then turn in mid-air and grab the ledge like that, but it just didn't work last time. I don't know why it didn't work. Oh, it dropped my jump, that's fine. Again, not even using the actual platforms because you can just go around. Nice, got a long hover across. Enemies lighting up for no reason. Okay, sometimes they can just kill you. I'm gonna hurt myself here, get the key, and oh nice, I got the crystal. So it's sometimes when you death abuse, you can grab a crystal on like the last frame, the one that you dropped. And now I have a crystal, which is a nice safety crystal for this gap here, and the next gap here. And nice. In this level, you're meant to go in this long, extravagant thing to get to this platform, but you can just jump across. You can actually get across that without a hover, but it's very precise, and that's what we do in hoverless, which is, there's another category for this game, which is just any %, except there's no hovers, for those of you who don't want to do frame-perfect tricks constantly. On the PS1 version of the game, you don't need that button. This button gets rid of the thing blocking this over here, but on PS1 you can clip through these weird holes without getting rid of the thing. And those holes are weird. The hitbox is really weird. You can just jump on top of them and be moving down and it will trigger it a lot of the time, which is why when I land on them, I just try and land on top to try and trigger it without actually falling in. I meant to press this button to get the platform to come across, but we don't need that. Get across these without getting hit, good. I had a safety crystal for that, so normally I just damage boost straight through them. You just have to make sure you're in the air when you do the damage boost. Otherwise, Croc will get a stagger animation if you're standing still, and that'll waste all of his iframes, and you won't be able to get through the rest of it. Oh, hello. Nice wall. Oh, what? Okay, that's no good. I'm going to have to not do a death abuse now, because I have no lives. That's fine. I'll probably die anyway though, because this room here is very, very hard. It has a lot of hovers in it. And I don't even go for the long hovers, I just go for the shorter ones. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that platform to come back because I don't want to miss a hover and die here. I'm gonna make sure this guy doesn't snipe me through the box. There we go. So normally I would just get to the end and just death abuse straight back to here, but I didn't have, oh, I missed that crystal, I was meant to get that. I need those in case I accidentally get hurt here. So again, not using the platforms, just going along the side. Uh-oh, camera, hello. That's fine, I just kept going. The camera can easily get stuck on objects in this game. Usually it doesn't happen, but yeah. Alright, we got through that. That's fine. So I'm gonna kill myself at the start of this level again, just to get my lives back. And this level has 2 free lives in it, which is really nice because the next level has a lot of long hovers that I need lives for, because they're very hard. This boss here is really dumb. No one actually knows how it works, like what the intended way of doing it is. So we just hit him there, and then hit him there. Hit him, get that crystal again. Oh, it didn't hit him again, grab the crystal and hit him again. We don't even know what you're meant to do. You just hit him a bunch and it works. So, long hover, let's get it please, thank you. Instead of waiting for the platform to come the whole way around. This room has a really tight long hover. Ah, it's frame late. I'm not going to waste all my lives on this because I need it for later. This one doesn't save that much time, so I'm going to save it for later. This is a weird puzzle. You just push some blocks. Hello, let me up. Thank you. To get and press this button. You can also click into the door as it closes, which is what we do in Hoverless. But that's kind of hard, and I just wanted to do it that way. You can long hover to that, but it only saves like a few seconds, so I'm just going to wait for the platform. So in this room, you're meant to hit 3 boxes that are up in the air to make these gears drop down, so that way the platform can move, but you can just long hover at the end. And this one saves a lot of time. Ah, frame early. Frame late. That's no good. I'd rather not die here because this level is really long. It might have been early. No, it wasn't. Good. So yeah, we dodged that thing. This just has a crystal in it, but you can't actually use this crystal as one of your regular ones, because it was a special colored one. There are some of the colored crystals that sit there in disguise as regular ones, and they do work as regular ones. But yeah, I need to get these because this enemy in here, his hitbox is so dumb. I didn't even try and dodge it. I iframed my way through it with the safety crystals. Gone, thank you. I don't know how they programmed them. It doesn't work. Another long hover. Nice. Saves a long section. You have to like walk, and you have to like hang on the monkey bars, which is really, really slow. So just, click on the thing. In this room, you can just wait for the cycle, or you can do 2 hovers to get over it. That's pretty hard. The thing that you jump on is really weird and really slippery. Damage boost on those things to get through. Crystal, get that guy. Oh. In this room I can long hover to just get to the door, but I only have 1 life left and I don't want to waste it. Just hit the button. Up here. And that's that level. Dodge that dumb hitbox. Good. I get a key and I kill myself straight away. Didn't mean to stop there and to go back to here. This is the only section of RNG in the 80% run. There's 3 possible ways that these boxes could go. And one of them is shorter than the others by a few seconds.
It's left.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. In 100% that matters. You have to like pick the right one to get the gobbo, but whatever. I just have, you can tell which one it will be based on the first 2 moves of the 3 outcomes. So I just have it written on my phone, which one it is. This guy's weird. I think we're gonna have to sacrifice him to the run for good RNG.
F.
Just kill him. Gonna get all these lives because I had 0. Oh, let me up. Thank you. Dodge him. So this boss here is, it's really easy. You just stand right here and he throws a bomb at you. Just jump out of the way and stand back here and he'll step onto it and hurt himself. There are some really fancy task strats where you can get him to throw it directly onto the platform and it throws it straight back instantly. But they're really inconsistent and he usually just flies him off to some weird angle. So I don't go for it. No one goes for it. And that's him done. This room here is really hard. It has a long hover and then we clip through the side of the door. Okay, good. And then they, oh, almost. Come on. Here we go. They just didn't put a wall on the side of that, so you can just clip straight through. That might have been, yeah. Well, that's why I have 4 lives. Nah. It's frame late. I'm getting that crystal there because I need it for the next room after this one. Okay, that was it. There we go. So there are these guys. They're pretty fast. They just like dash around.
I thought you go fast like that, man.
I'm sorry, I just can't.
They clearly found a glitch for the other time.
Yeah. So they're usually not a problem. Just gotta like not get hit. Okay. And then I just use this safety crystal to damage boost straight through that. Dong, thank you. So in this level, we just get this crystal and we stand here for 30 seconds and do nothing. You just gotta wait like 30 seconds. Most of the time they don't hit you, but that's what the safety crystal's for. It costs like half a second to get that crystal. So, yeah. There's another one of these in the next room, but we're gonna skip it because when you jump in the game, it will start a timer for how long you've been in the air for. And if it takes too long, it will kill you, like it'll fade out, because it assumes you've fallen off something. But if you spawn in the air, that timer never starts. So we can just hold some certain buttons and just dodge the platform and just land at the bottom of the screen. That saves like a minute. So just a bunch of hovers everywhere. That's like the only thing of interest in this level, really. Do we have any donations or anything? So in this room we have a pretty hard skip where we land on this at a particular angle and then jump on a certain frame, and we can take the iframes up, and then if we're fast we can skip that cycle. Okay, I have 2 lives, so I'm going to go for this long hover. Will I make it? Nice. In this room there's a really hard strat that's pretty much TAS only. The top PS1 runner goes for it, but it involves getting up on top of the door and long hovering across the thing, and it's really hard, so I don't do it. Let's do some nice small hovers. Nice. If you hold up left going into this room, you land on these platforms here, where you're actually meant to land down there on that concrete thing and then make your way up on these platforms while waiting for the cycles to line up. We just hold right, or hold left. Jump on this one. You meant to do the same thing here, go along all those platforms, but you can just wait and it takes you up instead. Easy.
You're 32 damage. You're 32.
Flat? Oh, nice. This is a really good run. So this is the final boss. We just gotta do a few hovers to get to him. Nice. So Dante has three phases, whereas every other boss only had 1. This phase, he just either tries to whack you or he tries to slam the ground, which is pretty easy. Just don't get hit.
Just don't get hit, man.
Just don't get hit. Right here, you can frame perfect. Got him, okay. You can frame perfect, hit him there for like no reason. Comes back and, okay, I was a frame late there. If you get like first frame of him hitting the wall, he skips his animation and you can get him to walk back. I went to the other side because he walks back to the middle of the room. What? Hello? Why didn't you die? Okay, there we go, whatever. Nice game. And in this phase, you just like stand in front of him and he can't hit you. So pretty easy boss, honestly. Bosses in this game aren't that great. And one more hit. Alright, there we go. And time is when I hit the next screen. And time.
Really solid time.
Yeah. That was a really good run. This mod has much longer load times than the actual game, so that was really, really good. I didn't make lots of mistakes, so I'm really happy. So yeah.